Now we're quickly going to look at how to insert data into these cells, these tables that we've seen. Now let me type here some names. Okay, that is John 45. Let me type here. Just click into the cell and then type anything that you want. For example, let me type here some names. This is Jude. This is Tony, and this is Peter. Then I'm going to put some marks here or figures. Whatever they mean is up to you. So I'm just clicking on the cell and then begin typing right away. Just type into the cell and then type in whatever you want. Then the other thing that you can do is to go to the next cell. Maybe if I wanted to put another name here, you can either move your mouse and click there where you want to type, or you press the enter button. So the moment I begin typing, I stop typing Peter, I just press the enter button, then I type another name. Then I press the enter button, and then I type another name. Then the other thing that you can do, if you want to navigate horizontally, that is move to the next cell in along a row, you can press the tab key. So if I wanted to give results for Omar, let's say 45, then tab key, A78, then another tab, then let's say 80. Then I can also do the same to Murshid here. So let me say 59, then tab key 56, then tab key 78. Then I'm going to press enter. So it should take me to the next cell below. So you can either use the mouse, or if you do not want to be moving, if it's inconveniencing you to be getting back to the mouse every now and then, you can just use the enter and tab buttons. Enter helps you to move down, while the tab key helps you to move along the row. Then another thing that we can do, okay, we can see that this table doesn't have a heading. So I'm going to right click, and your case is right. You go to say insert, then you go to entire row. Okay, so another row will be inserted above. Then you can type here, let's say names. Then I'm going to press the tab key and then say maybe subject physics, then another tab key, and then I'm going to put here chemistry, then tab key, then biology. So that is how we can quickly insert another row. Maybe in case you want to insert something, maybe you skip something, you skip maybe someone result somewhere in between here. You just right click in the cell, then you go to insert and then another row. You can either add so many things. You can even add an entire column. That will be a big column on the right, then entire row. That will be a row above Peter, then shift cells down and shift cells on the right. But this is none of what I want. We shall see how that works in the next videos. But for now, I'm just looking at entire row or entire column. You can add a column before. So I'm going to click Ctrl Z and leave it at that. Then the other thing that you can do is assuming you typed a name which was so long. So let me type here, for example, if this was John Seboliva. Then when I click away or press enter, I go to the next tab. So this name will be cut off because it's too long. However, you can use the formula section, the formula bar, as a reference to the full name, because whatever you type in the cell is viewed in the formula bar here. But to make our table look better, we can extend the width of this column. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to come to this section here, this one, where the heading is, the label of the column. So we're going to move to the margin, and once the cursor changes into a cross sign, so we drag and move it somewhere around there. So you can keep dragging it depending on the length of the details that you're putting. Then the other thing that to note is text. Text is, these are words, letters, and other symbols that are not numbers. They are called text. So text is by default aligned on the left here. But numbers are by default aligned on the right. It is just that the previous, before I come to this video, I had aligned this in this middle, but numbers are by default aligned on the right. So if you want to them in the middle or left, you can do the changes as you wish from this section here. Then the other thing that you take note of is that okay, content is shown in the formula bar here. If you are not seeing content clearly here, so whichever side you click on, the content will be shown in the formula bar. So this is 67. So just as we clicked here, in John Sabliwal cell, and we're not able to see the full name, so you can use the formula bar as reference to see clearly the contents of that cell. Then the other thing that you take note of is that you can also, okay, the formula bar is where we type formulas, and you can also edit the name. For example, if you can't edit it from here, maybe you made a mistake in John Sabliwal was single S, you can, instead of coming here, you can edit the name directly from here, but you can also do that using the formula bar. Then I'm going to remove that. Then the other thing that is the other thing that you should take note of is that you should make the cell either to have text or numbers, but not both. Because if you mix text and numbers, for example, if I put here, let's say Jude 35, so I have a text and a number here. Now, the program won't refuse you to mix text and numbers, but your calculations will be wrong. For example, if I made a calculation referring to this 35 in this formula bar, the result won't be the one that I desire. So you have to make cells for numbers and text. Even there are some formulas that require use of text, not just numbers. But if the cell has numbers, then the formula will get it's like getting confused. Doesn't know what exactly you want, and then that will lead to undesired results. So numbers are numbers and text are text. But it's okay to add numbers if you don't intend to use that cell in a formula. For example, I can say Peter 34. It's okay if I don't intend to use this cell in any formula. It's okay to mix text with numbers or any other symbols as I please. So that is how we briefly insert data.